ClearCheck version 2.2 now comes with a standalone application that can be used for ChartRounds or any other type of patient plan or structure review session. This application must be launched either from a thick client with access to ARIA and Eclipse or from a Citrix session with access to ARIA and Eclipse. The ClearCheck Standalone executable can be launched from its direct location in the ClearCheck installation folder. Typically, this will be the published scripts folder on the Varian image server. Depending on your department's setup, the standalone application can also be published to a Citrix storefront so that all Citrix users will have access to it. Or it can be set up as a shortcut on the desktop for the client users. Another way that it can be set up would be to create an external application shortcut in ARIA. Because this application is linked to Eclipse, I need to use my Eclipse login and password when logging in. Once logged in, I can enter a patient's ID or name and add them to the list individually. Or I can use the advanced search option that will open a list of patients from a pre-built ARA report in ARIA. This list can then be filtered by any variation of hospital, oncologist, course status, machine ID, plan approval status, activity, or resource. A range of fractions can be selected if desired, and a date range can be chosen as well. The flexibility of this application allows review of any part of the patient's plan, from structure checks and margin checks only to a full pre-treatment plan review. I can open ClearCalc to review the second check calculations or launch AutoContour to review contours. ARIA documents are also available via Document Services. When selected, the document is displayed in a separate viewing window. If you haven't set up the Document Services feature in ClearCheck, reach out to our help desk to get that set up. On the bottom left, there is an Attendees button where I can include the attendees that were present for the review. These names will then be included in the ChartRound report documentation. When I'm done reviewing a patient's plan and/or structures, I'll select the appropriate approval. I can print a report for this patient using this button or this icon, or I can print the whole list of patients that were reviewed during this session by clicking on this icon. In System Administration, on the Report tab, there is now a line item that has been added to the cover page to include ChartRounds information when printing a plan report for an individual patient. Please note, by default, these items will be unselected. There are two additional settings you may want to configure. Under the Settings tab, at the very bottom, you can specify the .csv location for the ARA reports. If you'd like to see the physician names listed with the plan information in the patient work list, you'll need to set up the ARIA Oncologist ID to Name conversion table. The oncologist IDs can be found in the Registration tab or by going to Data Administration and selecting Staff and Resources. If you have any questions about this new ChartRounds feature in ClearCheck 2.2, please don't hesitate to contact support@radformation.com.